This is the plaintiff, Frank. He says he hired the defendant to do work in his house, and the guy used the wrong tape on his hardwood floors, and he ripped all the varnish off of them. The defendant refuses to fix and repair his beautiful wood flooring, and he has no other choice but to sue him for the $2,475.02 it's now going to cost him to have them fixed correctly. This is the defendant, James Heeb. He says he used the correct tape on the wood floors, and it's guaranteed not to damage the flooring if it's left in place for 30 days or less. The plaintiff asked him to leave the tape on the floor after he was done with his work because he was having furniture delivered. He told the plaintiff he'd leave the tape in place, but it must be removed in a week or there could be problems. Well, the plaintiff left the tape on the floor for another 2 months, and any problem he now has is on the plaintiff. End of story. He's accused of vanishing varnish.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to do work on his hardwood floors, which the guy ruined by ripping the varnish off. But the defendant says he did the job right, and then the plaintiff caused his own problem. It's the case of coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Thank you, Douglas. Frank and Danielle, you have power of attorney for Danielle?
Yes.
All right, you are suing Mr. Heeb's carpentry company for $2,475.02. You say you're out because of his negligence. What happened?
Well, I utilized the defendant's services to remodel my bathroom and do some closet door work for me. He put different masonite material, construction material to protect my floors.
Oh, to protect the floors.
Yes.
Okay.
And he used blue painter's tape with duct tape.
With duct tape?
With duct tape on top of it, yes.
Okay.
And at that point, he did his job about 2 weeks.
When did he put down the protective covering on the steps?
That was on March 25th.
March 25th. And then go ahead.
At that time, he recommended that I should leave that flooring on the stairs to protect it for the furniture and the painter. So
okay.
We agreed
and how
with
long was that going to be? Did you two discuss how long that would be?
No.
Okay, then what happens?
At that point, after the painting was done, I start.
How long was the tape there?
It was there till June 12th. The painter
so
didn't start
March,
till later.
April, May, June, 3 months it was there. Okay.
Correct.
And then what?
And at that time, I started pulling up the tape off the stairs, and I noticed all the damage on all my stairs. I immediately called 3M, thought maybe it was a product issue, and then I found out after investigation that the tape was not the right tape to use on hardwood floors at all. This tape that he utilized.
Do you have any proof of that?
Yes.
3M Scotch Blue trim and baseboard painter's tape should never be used with or on lacquer wall coverings, unpainted wallboard, or wood floors. Doing this can cause damage. The only tape we have that is recommended and approved for wood floor application is our Scotch Delicate Surfaces Painters, which I think is pink.
Yes, correct.
Right? Delicate surface. Let me hear from you.
Okay, so like he was saying, I just about finished the job, and I was about to leave. I was coming down the stairs, and I took off the top covering on the top step. Everything looked fine, but he was having furniture come moving down and upstairs that following weekend. So I recommended leaving it on, so this way it protects the stairs nice. And but it needed to be taken off within that week. Painter's tape, it needs to be off within.
Did you tell him it needed to be taken off within a week? Can you prove that? Because he denies you said that.
I can't
If you
prove it.
thought of telling him that, if you thought it was important enough that you would tell him such a thing, why wouldn't you get it in writing?
I didn't think I had to. I thought basically I was looking out for his floors, thinking
No,
that the
I
moving
know
company.
that you meant well. There's no question you meant well. Because from now on, I'm sure you're going to rip it all up as soon as you leave. Because look at you now. Right? But, the problem is you are the guy who put the tape on, and 3M does say it's the wrong tape because it'll take up the paint, and the paint got lifted. Did he ever tell you anything about you better pull it off in a week?
Absolutely not. And he actually came back May 23rd, did not say anything about it.
Hey, what's this still doing here? This was supposed to be gone 2 months ago. You didn't say that?
So if nothing's in writing about the tape, is this defendant stuck because the job is crappy?
No, he should have went back in a week and removed it himself. Just
The
to make sure it
defendant?
was- yeah, the defendant.
But he didn't, so is he stuck?
Yes, he's stuck.
That's what I think. Going inside the courtroom.
I would imagine it would have been much cheaper for you to just refinish those floors than the estimate he's about to show me.
Actually, I started to do that. I feel like really it was on him to take it off. So since his family is friends of mine and they mean a lot to me, I figured, I called him up. I talked to my flooring guy who charges $1,200. He was going to do it for me for $800. So I told him, listen, how about you split out? You pay $400, I pay $400, and it would be done. But he was against that. He wanted it all to be on me.
He's right, though. He's right
Okay.
legally. Would have been so much cheaper for you to just do it that way. What's this with the house cleaning? $651.75 for house cleaning?
Yes, I had my stairs done a year and a half ago, and it got dust all over my
And
house.
you think that that I'm gonna give you a 30% bump up because somebody has to sweep and pass a vacuum?
They have to sand my floors.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
yeah,
it
that
gets every-
person,
it gets over my
as
house.
part of his job, needs to clean up after himself. I'm finding in your favor in the amount of the $1,823.27. I'm not going to give it a 30% bump up because it's dusty. I don't recommend doing this again, using the blue tape on wood, particularly when the manufacturer doesn't recommend it. Do me a favor and make sure you give him, before he leaves, a copy of this.
Okay.
Good luck to you, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails. He's going to get the money to refinish his floors. Mr. Heeb, I think you may have learned something about tape.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, I won't use that. I'll use the more delicate one next time, I guess.
Yeah, tough way to learn. You seem like a nice guy. You're willing to split the cost with him, but
It started off that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
try.
didn't turn out that way,
No,
did it?
no.
All right, well, good luck to you. Thank you
you
very
very
much. The plaintiff is here. Frank, all right, how do you feel about this now?
Well, I wish it never happened because, it's just more construction I got to worry about in my house. But if you use the right tape, then, I wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, but he does say he told you to get it up fairly soon. You left it there a long time, though.
He did not warn me at all, and he used the wrong tape to start with. So
And you didn't feel, how long was it there altogether? A couple of
about
months?
a couple months after
Yeah.
but he knew what was going on, how long the tape was going to be down. So
Well, you learned a lesson too, right? Okay, thank you very much. Harvey?
Well, look, we've talked about this just a few minutes ago, that you need to get all details in writing. But the burden really falls on the business person because they're in a position to know more than the customer.